Peace, Melchisedek.
Peace to the God, Infinite Law School in Mecca. How you doing, young man?
Melchisedek is an 88-year-old man that has history with the Nation of Islam and the 5% Nation, who knew the man named Allah and left the temple not too long after him. He witnessed Allah birth his own nation and watched him leave behind that 13X name in the temple. He has been in the presence of Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, Farrakhan, and other historical figures. He has seen the Nation of Islam split into factions, has met many legendary 5%ers, many who have returned to their essence. He has seen the heights of the AIDS and crack epidemics, lived through Reaganomics, as well as several world conflicts. Approaching his 89th birthday in November, Melchisedek keeps himself preserved and is a living, walking treasure. Melchisedek, it's an honor building with you, man. What you think about my intro, man?
Excellent, brother, excellent. All the great ones out there, I've been in their company, okay, heard their lectures, their interviews, whatever's out there, I experienced all of them on a one-on-one. Dr. Khaled, the father, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, you name it, just about everybody out there. Minister Farrakhan, I know Minister Farrakhan ever since 1960.
1960.
Right.
Okay.
And like I said before, you ain't got nobody out there that upheld him more than I did, other than Chicago. You ain't got no captain, no minister, no lieutenant, no secretary, no official, laborer, or administration. Nobody promoted him like I did, okay? And everybody know on 125th Street, and I was supplying 25 stores at the same time with all his publications, because that's when Minister Farrakhan was cooking. He was smoking, okay? All right, so anyway, I just want to let everybody know that. This ain't no Johnny come lately. I've been there. I'm a living witness, okay?
88 years old.
88 years old with no medical problems and no medication.
Listen, we're in the Brooklyn Public Library of Grand Army Plaza, and you walk up and down those stairs with no problem.
No problem. I could have ran up and down those stairs. Let me tell you, don't nothing get old but a mute and a fool. You understand? A mute and a fool. God is forever. But when God neglects himself, that's when he cuts his time short. But as long as he stays focused on doing what's best for him and not what he wants to do, but do what's best for him to do, he can live as long as he wants to live.
Peace. So you have outlived many of your peers.
Yeah.
So the last time we built on your dietary law, like, vegetation.
Well, the first thing you do, that you don't need no pills, you don't need no shots. Take a whole quart of prune juice. Drink the whole quart, not a half a glass, not half, the whole quart, okay, the night before, and stay in the house the next day. It's going to flush your system completely. Your bowel movement going to come out like water. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, once you're clean out, then you can drink behind that herb tea or plenty of water to rinse out your system. No more meat at all. And at this point in life, you don't even need no more fish, no meat, no fish. You don't. But if you have to have something, have salmon, not every day, every other day. You understand? But once your system is cleaned out, I don't care what your problem is. If you're an alcoholic, if you're a drug addict, no matter what kind of vice you got, you're clean. Now it's up to you to make up your mind. Being God is not what I want to do, but what's best for me to do. And when you do what's best for you to do, you add on to life, you prolong your life, and you go back youthfully, you understand, physically, like you were when you were 16, 18, 20. And when people see me, my children, they think we're brothers and sisters. You understand what I'm trying to say? No one believes my age, unless I tell them. And there's no aging for God. Because when you got the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the supreme lessons, or the 120, in accord with your dietary law, you preserve your mind. And when you preserve your mind preserves your body, because the mind controls the body, and the body can't function without the mind.
Well, build on like how you stay so sharp too. Well, in the mind, you're young in the mind as well.
That's the knowledge. The knowledge and the wisdom preserves your mind. Positive thinking Don't entertain nothing negative. It is what it is. You understand what I'm trying to say? You can't change the word of God. When you try to change the word of God, now you're declining yourself. Because the word of God is a life-giving teaching. You understand what I'm trying to say? God is forever. There's no aging. There's no ending. God is forever. So all you got to do is stay focused on the word of God, which is the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that he received from Almighty God Allah, who came to person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. When you follow those teachings, word for word, right and exact, don't add to it, don't take away, just like he said it, you add on to your life, you prolong your life. You understand what I'm trying to say? And you can live as long as you want to live. Now, you say, well, what is the word of God? We got it. We got it under the heading of supreme wisdom or 120. When you say supreme wisdom or you say 120, let's get real here. It's the same thing. Black man is God. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, when you say the universal supreme wisdom from Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, lessons that he gave to his servant, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, for the lost foundation of Islam in America. It's for the lost foundation of America. You understand what I'm trying to say? Just like Mission the Black Man, for America, how do you live? Everything is geared for the lost foundation of America. Why? Because the lost foundation of America, that is the family. That's the family of the universal most high God, Shabazz Allah. Why I gotta say Shabazz? Shabazz only means God. God means power and force. Allah means all in all. And everything you see, everything you don't see, come from the mind of Allah. That's why we say Shabazz Allah.
Well, I want to add on. You said about for the black man, woman, child in America, right?
Yeah.
These teachings have reached all over the world.
It reached all over the world, but they're all sons and daughters of Shabazz Allah, because even though it's all over the world, nobody had the supreme knowledge with universal, supreme knowledge, wisdom, understanding like the family in New York. You go anywhere in the world, you're not going to find 120 or you're not going to find supreme lessons unless a God went there and took it there. But it's not there originally. The universal divine supreme knowledge with understanding was only brought to America.
What's America? And I'm just saying, it's spreading. I know there's people.
It's spreading because the 5% spread it. Muslims, the Muslims who understand the reality of God spread it. Wherever it's at, a God took it there, but it wasn't there originally. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I love it. I love this atmosphere. I love it. All these cameras, man. I feel like I'm doing a thing on Netflix.
So I want to get into a little bit of your history. So you said you got the knowledge in
1957.
57.
Right.
Okay.
I was in Greenhaven State Prison. Okay, during time. And Minister Malcolm X, like a lot of them don't want to give credit to. You have all these people out here talking, Malcolm. But they don't give Malcolm the credit for the works, action, deeds that he did. I'm talking about Malcolm under the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That Malcolm, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Before he left.
Right. Now, a Muslim brother Walter 5X, who is a Bilal Shabazz Allah Makmul Ramza, he was doing time in Greenhaven State Prison. I got busted because I was in the drug game, like I ran this before, and I was arrested, okay? Anytime you want to, it's easy for you to get arrested. The only way you get arrested is a junkie. Whoever you servicing, whoever you're doing business with, those are the only ones. Anytime something go down with you, there's always somebody close to you, okay? Now, when nothing takes place with you unless somebody in your circle drop a dime on you. Right. Always remember that, okay? So I was in prison, in Greenhaven State Prison, and Brother Walter 5X, who is Bilal Shabazz Allah, Makmul Ramza, he was doing time. Minister Malcolm X used to come inside Greenhaven State Prison and bring him all of the Pittsburgh Courier articles. Because at that time, the Messenger had no books. There wasn't no for America, Message of the Black Man, anything. So Malcolm,
these articles.
These are articles by Pittsburgh Courier.
Pittsburgh Courier. That's what it started at.
That's where it started. That's where he started teaching when he came out of prison. When he came out of prison, because before he went to prison, they took all his material. Okay, they made copies and gave it back to him. But he was just coming out, reestablishing the nation. So now.
This is Elijah you're talking about.
Huh?
This is Elijah you're talking about. Is it about Elijah or talking about?
But Malcolm had the Messenger was bringing print writing in the Pittsburgh Courier, the Herald Tribune, and the Amsterdam News. And Malcolm had an accumulation of all those articles that the Messenger was writing. And he used to bring them into Greenhaven State Prison to Walter 5X. Because Walter 5X in Greenhaven State Prison, he had the table in the yard. He was there by himself, teaching knowledge, wisdom, understanding, teaching that the black man is God and the white man in prison. So all these Johnny-come-latelys out there that you running your mouth, you ain't got that kind of experience, so you should keep your mouth shut and pay respect and appreciate what brothers before you sacrificed to do. You understand? Now, so Malcolm was coming in. When Malcolm come to that prison, he would sit down with him for 3-4 hours because Walter was the only one that could see him, right? So Malcolm would give him the articles, and he would have the articles, and then all the brothers that was at his table, he would give them a turn to read them. Each night they had a turn to read the articles. So I was in prison, and I'm walking around the yard, meeting other brothers and so forth, talking slick, making plans of what we're going to do when we get out and all that kind of stuff. So we passed by his table. When I passed by his table, I heard him say, "Black man is God, the white man is the devil." He said, "You see them correctional officers up there, those riot guns and shotguns and tear gas and everything, they up there, all that's up there to destroy us. But they can't destroy us because the black man is God." Oh, he was going in, right? So I had in prison, in the yard. I said, wow. I said, man, the way what this brother is saying, he must not be planning on ever getting out of here. So he must have heard me because I passed by his table. So he said, he looked at me, he said, if you don't come to this table, you ain't getting out of here. And so that stuck with me, you know. That's okay, brother. All right. So I kept on walking. So about a day or two later in the prison yard, we walking around, he approached me. He said, "Peace, brother. How you doing, brother?" I said, "Fine." He said, "What's your name?" I said, "Well, they call me Scopey or Frenchie or whatever, because that's my street name." So he said, "What you in here for?" I said, "Well, I'm here for," because my thing was drugs and homicide. I don't have no problem taking somebody out if you do me wrong. I don't have, brother, taking somebody out is just like eating a bean pie, as far as I'm concerned, okay? See, so anyway, a lot of people don't know that side of me because I don't display that, because I'm about sharing the knowledge. Like, you know, I be sharing wisdom, putting it out there for everybody. I'm not about taking nobody's life. I'm about saving people's life, you know? But sometimes when you put through that test, you got to go in that direction. Everything, because black man is God. So anyway, he said, "Do you read?" I said, "Sure, I read." So he said, "Well, tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow." So the next day, he gave me the stack of those Pittsburgh Courier articles, okay? And that was from the Pittsburgh Courier that Malcolm gave him, and he let each person have a turn. He said, "Well, here," he said, I want you to read this." He said, "Now you got to read all in one night because tomorrow another brother has access to it, right?" I said, "Well, why don't you let them do it first? And you know, you can always get to me." He said, "No, it's something about you. I want you to get into this." So he gave me the articles, right? So after chow and all that, I went to my cell. After you get a pail of water and go wash up the best you can. I got myself, and so I started reading articles. Brother, when I started reading articles, you know, you get hooked. You know what I'm saying? You got hooked like a crackhead get hooked to crack. I got hooked. Brother, I sat there all night reading them articles. I just couldn't get away. Every page was blowing my mind, it was blowing my mind like I was going crazy, man. So anyway, you know, when the cell light went out, I got down by the tail light, and kept reading those articles. Brother, blew my mind. I have never read or came in contact with anything like this in my life. Okay? So the next day when I saw him, I said, brother, he said, did you read them? I said, yeah, I read them, brother. I read them all. He said, you read all of them? I said, brother, I read all of them. I didn't even sleep last night. I read all of them. By the time I got through reading them, it was time to go to chow that morning, to go to what they call food, mess hall.
Right.
And I said, I'd like to come to the table. He said, oh, you're welcome. So I came to the table. And there's nobody, when you say Walter 5X or Balasha Barzallah or Mukmul Ramza, that's the same individual. Okay? When you say Walter 5X or Balasha Barzallah or Mukmul Ramza, that's a Malcolm. Nobody can get down with those teachings like Malcolm in prison like Walter. See, Walter was the closest thing to Malcolm. See, a lot of them don't want to say that. They always want to give somebody else the credit. No.
See, I've never heard of them. I mean, you tell me, you educated me on them now.
Right. The number one Muslim brother in the temple of Temple number 7 on 116th Street in Harlem, the number one brother that was close to Malcolm was Walter 5X, known as the Balasha Barzallah or Mukmul Ramza. He was the closest one to Malcolm, because Malcolm, out of his busy schedule, he would take the time to come inside Greenhaven prison and share that teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad himself, and bring all of the Pittsburgh Courier articles, and all the papers that the messenger was writing in. He would bring all that in there to Walter, and Walter would share them with us. And Walter was bad in prison by himself, teaching black man is God and white man is the devil. And the prison yard had a table and all the brothers sat around and he was smoking. And brother, this brother was so fearless. Even the correctional officer was afraid of him. They kept their distance. He respected all the rules and regulations, but nobody, this brother was fearless. I thought I was fearless. This brother was fearless, okay? And then, so he thought he be getting down. I mean, the Quran, he would bring down the Quran from the first cover to the last cover. Then, so all these Johnny come lately, you think you know so much. You should study these lessons and of the supreme wisdom lessons, or the 120 of the gods, and maybe you can come into that reality instead of hiding behind Islam, but not coming out and sharing it with the people. You understand what I'm trying to say? So then after that, we saw this. Oh, and majority of the brothers in the riot in Attica, right? A lot of them was Muslim brothers that was from Greenhaven State Prison that was taught under Walter 5X, because Walter 5X, who was Balasha Barzallah, Mukmul Ramza, he taught like 3/4 of the inmates in Greenhaven State Prison. That's how bad he was. He was so powerful that when Malcolm took his activities, his works, back to the messenger, you understand what I'm trying to say, and told the messenger of the work that he did, okay? The messenger named the Greenhaven State Prison Temple 7.5 and named Walter 5X the Muslim minister.
Wow.
Now we start spreading. So then you had to memorize everything, okay? So wherever you was, because he said they're going to start shipping us out. Oh, then he decided to drew up a writ for the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad to be taught in Greenhaven State Prison. Now, when I say the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'm not talking about no Bible, no Quran. The Bible and the Quran is not no life-giving teaching. Okay, the Bible, the Quran, the slave master education, the Hadith, you can read it, but it ain't gonna give you no life. The only thing gonna give you life is supreme wisdom, or that 120. That's the only powerful force in the world is supreme. The reason I'm saying supreme wisdom, because that's from the teacher of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I'm also saying the 120, because a lot of people, they're familiar with both. So that's the reason I'm using both titles, but they are both the same thing. You understand? That is the only life-giving teaching on earth, is supreme wisdom, lessons from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that he received from Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, or the 120 of the gods on earth. They are the same thing. But if you want to get spooky and try to make it different, then that's on you as an individual. But you quote Supreme Wisdom or you quote 120, it's going to be the same question and answer. You understand me? So then we start spreading. So then he said we're going to take out a writ to have these rights, religious rights taught in prison. So he drew up the writ and everything. So the word got out to the correctional officers that whoever signed, fill out that writ, will not leave here alive. Okay? That's from the correctional officers that went out. So Walter said, although that's it's not mandatory, but all those that wants to do this, understand we're here. We ain't did nothing constructive for the people. You have a chance to make your mark or do something constructive, make some kind of contribution for your people. Because if you're out there with the drugs, you ain't hurting people, you're harming people. So you have an opportunity to do something decent in your life once in a while. You're dying anyway. So before you leave, do something positive. Leave a good mark, a good contribution to your people, your family, or the world, right?
Now this brother was your educator.
My educator.
Your educator.
Yeah.
Who educated you.
Yeah. Walter 5X. Balaja Bazallah, Mahmoud Ramza. He was like my enlightener, what we say enlightener, my educator, or like a father that I always wanted, always needed, always had to have, and always couldn't do without. He was like a father to me before he connected me with the messenger. When he connected me with the messenger, then the messenger naturally became the father.
So that's why I'm asking that. You've met Elijah Muhammad before?
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Evidence company, I'm secure. Oh, yeah. Everywhere the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad went to teach, lecture, or save his days and so forth, the FOI from New York was there. Because the FOI in New York was the powerfulest FOI in the nation. You understand what I'm trying to say? And the messenger recognized that because whenever the name New York came up, he would say, "Oh, my followers, those believers in New York." He would be so proud just to hear the name because Malcolm was the powerfulest thing out there. Nobody could top Malcolm but the messenger.
Well, let me ask you, what was your? Tell me about the first time you met Elijah Muhammad.
Oh, well, when I met him, I was on security in Chicago. I was on the platform. You understand what I'm saying? But I didn't get a chance to talk to him. But by me being in security, like on the back of the platform, when he came up, and they introduced him, Malcolm, bring him on and everything, and then he would walk by each one of us, and he'd look at you and say, "Salam alaikum." And you say, "Wa alaikum salam." "Salam alaikum." "Wa alaikum salam." And when he got to me, brother, I am so happy that I was sincere about Islam. His eyes, if you wasn't sincere, his eyes, like you know what I mean? I felt like his eyes would destroy me. That man was powerful. Small, 5'6", 135 pounds. Powerful, he was no big man. Okay? He controlled everything. The most cold-blooded mentality that was out there bowed down to him. Okay, he converted hardcore criminals, menace society, bank robbers, murderers, gangsters, whatever was taking place in the world. That mentality, he gave them life with the teachings that he got from Master Farad Muhammad. Wasn't no punks. The teachings the supreme wisdom, the lessons, or the 120, whichever word you want to refer to it, put you in the frame of mind like Malcolm used to teach. It made you believe you can't die. It made you believe you can't die. That's why when the brothers there, when they came out, when they came to the nation, they were so cold, man. You couldn't even mispronounce his name. You mispronounce the messenger's name, you might end up in a wheelchair.
So you have these personal experiences with Elijah Muhammad, right?
Yeah.
So can you give me like one of your personal experiences with Elijah that stands out in your mind?
Life. No death for a true believer. A true believer of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay? His teachers is the ones who receive those teachings, accept those teachings in their mind, in their heart, and in their soul. Word for word, right and exact. Don't add to it. Don't take away from it, just like he said it.
No, I'm asking you about your personal experience, like your personal, like with himself, like something that he might have said to you, like personally.
And his teachers. Yes, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. His teachings. He took your mind out your head and put his mind in there.
See, he did that for people even who
never seen him.
Never seen him before.
Never seen him. You have to see him.
Right. I'm just asking, like, I just want to know, because you got so much history.
Yeah.
You being 88 years old, I'm trying to get that personal experience, like, as much as I can, so that, so I can preserve it for the world.
The messages, the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, which is 120. When I say supreme lessons, I'm talking about 122.
Right.
I don't want
I want to build you on it just briefly, like, because I know that. See, I don't want to separate this because I don't want to deal with separation. However, I just want to say like the 120 is how Allah fashioned it for his 5%ers, and that's how because there's certain things.
Allah came out in the street with the supreme lessons.
Yes.
It was different individuals that want to draw up their understanding. You understand? But Allah he put out there right and exact. You understand what I'm saying? So see, you God, you infinite Allah school in Mecca, so you got your understanding. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you might put a little spin on it, a little this, a little that. You understand what I'm trying to say? But as long as it's mathematics, the mathematics is Islam and can be proven in no limited time, you can work with that. You follow me? But the original lessons, the original supreme wisdom that came down from Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, that is right and exact. No add, no take away, just like he said it. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that will give you the life, give you life. It's a life-giving teaching. I don't care what, ain't no such thing as alcohol with the teachers. You drink because you choose to. Ain't no such thing as a drug addict. Ain't no such thing as a homosexual. Homosexual by choice. You chose to be. God don't make homosexuals. God don't produce alcoholics. God don't produce marijuana. God don't produce nothing negative. God produce everything positive. But be as God, whatever we choose to do is our choice. But it's not from God. Now that's the test. The test is, do you want to do what you want to do, or do you want to do what's best for you?
So I want to ask you, you mentioned about Malcolm. Did you ever met Malcolm?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah?
Oh, definitely.
So tell me about the first time you met Malcolm.
Okay. After we got the written, signed the written everything, and got it approved that we had the right to practice your religion in the penal institution. It was approved. We had that right. It was Paul D. McGinnis was the correctional officer at the time, correctional commissioner at the time, and we won the case, and that's why that opened the door where Islam can be taught in prison. Okay? Then we start spreading. So now Walter, I became a fanatic. Okay? And Walter and I, they were spreading in prison like wildfire. And then all the brothers, they start shipping us out. So all the brothers, this is how the knowledge got in different locations. Because anytime the brother got shipped in different locations, when he go, he teach and write out what his understanding, and then it develops from there. So Walter and I, they shipped us out with no job, no place to go, nothing. But Walter's sister, who was Walter's Malcolm's secretary, one of his secretaries, he got in touch with her, so she had told Malcolm. Malcolm had a brother come up to Osland, Greenhaven State, New York, to bring us back down to New York, to the city. So at that time, when I came back down, at that time I had a wife. In fact, I had a wife and 4 children. I was in Fort Greene, okay. And so when I came back home and everything, they had that thing out that they got down because the system break up families. The system break up families. Right. Most families would be together if it don't be for the technology and the psychology and the hatred for black families. And the reason why I can say that, because anybody, if you're arrested, you can't come home to your family. Because if you want to come, if you have to separate yourself. Either you leave your family so they can stay in the house, in the apartment, okay, or if you try to stay there, they'll evict you. So when I came home, I was faced with that. You understand? Either if I stay with the family, we're gonna be evicted, or if I leave, don't stay there.
The whole welfare program and everything, right? It's about the welfare program.
Yeah, this is set up to divide families. A lot of families that broke up and separated, it wasn't because they wanted to. It was because they was forced to, because of the fact, even if a child, anybody in your family was arrested, they used it as an excuse to evict you from the apartment. So I told my wife, I had a wife and 4 children. So I told my wife, you stay here with these children. So I'm going out in the street. I said, but you ain't gonna want for nothing. Nothing. You, my children, you gonna have everything. I hit the street, okay? And I got paid. I could tell you all my activities. I got paid. My family, they was in heaven. The best of food, the best of clothes, the best of shelter, live, even to this day. Okay, I believe in that heaven while you live. I always had that mentality.
We're going to build on this because you built on that before, and I want to touch on that, but again.
Yeah, because my mother was a Jehovah's Witness. So she raised us like that. My mother was a heavy Jehovah's Witness, but she raised us with the best of everything that life has to offer, because she was a registered nurse, but she also was a master cook. So she was on these big Jewish holidays, the Jews and stuff, they have company and family, she used to cook for the Jews. So the Jews she used to cook for was a clothes manufacturer. See, so all the clothes and stuff from his family and all his friends and stuff, my mother's name was Dolly, they would give her all the clothes. Like my sister and them, they was wearing the best in the poor days. You understand what I'm trying to say? And whoever had sons that was like our side, remember other side, we got that. So we living good because they was giving to her, so it didn't cost her nothing. And then all their friends and so forth, whatever clothes they had to give, they would give to my mother. So that's, yeah. So, okay. Malcolm. Okay. So anyway, so I'm out now. So I had to go stay at my mother's house. My mother had a big 6-room apartment, so it wasn't no problem. I said, Mother, I got to be here. She said, you ain't got to tell me nothing. Just don't bring none of that here. You stay, that's it. None of that here. So I took my mother's house for a while. Okay, and then Mom got in touch with me because Malcolm wanted to see.
Malcolm got in touch with you?
I'm not Malcolm. Walter.
Yeah.
So Walter said, he said, stay in touch. We stood in touch. So Malcolm put the word out to Walter, all the brothers that was in prison with him, he wants to meet them. Okay? So that's when that Monday, it was an FOI class night. On that Monday, all of that was out. we went down to the temple, right? And so after the FY class, then Captain Joseph said, you brothers here that Malcolm want to see, you'll go to the restaurant. So we went to the restaurant in the back, right? So then Malcolm came in like a giant, brother. When you're in front of Malcolm, Malcolm was powerful. His presence alone was powerful, okay? Powerful. So he came, he sat down, he just looked at us. He said, I just had to see y'all, just to greet y'all. He said, what y'all did was remarkable, remarkable. It's an honor, it's a pleasure that the work y'all did. He said, and all the brothers that was there. He said, and when I gave the report to the messenger, he said, the messenger said, he held his head up with pride and joy and said, those are true believers, true believers. We shook his hand and everything, and he told Captain Joseph, Yusuf Charles and Joseph then, he said, whatever these brothers want to see me or whatever they want, whatever they need, you make sure they have it. Malcolm turned it to Joseph. Yeah, Joseph. And Malcolm was a God, brother. God. Couldn't nobody in America qualify to shine Malcolm's shoes under the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay? So, and after he said, you're welcome, come anytime, whatever. So every Monday was the FOI class, right? So the next week when I went to the FOI class, when you recite, the student enrollment and so forth. You just give out lessons, question and answer at a time, and that's when I met the father. Father was there. So it was me, the father, Farrakhan was there, and all that. See, people look at Farrakhan. Farrakhan's another brother. Beautiful brother, but just a brother. That's all. Just Louis Farrakhan. But some people go, ain't but one. How you say? One high echelon in this. That's the message of Master Muhammad and the messenger. Everybody else is brothers. Even Malcolm, though, Malcolm as powerful as he was. Oh, another thing what made Malcolm so powerful. All his lectures and teachings. Okay, let me break it down to you. Monday was FOI class. Tuesday was public speaking. Wednesday was temple meeting. Thursday was MGT class. Friday was wisdom night. It wasn't no such thing as Juma prayer. Juma prayer, that's that Orthodox and Sunni. Right. Okay, and let me make it plain while I'm here in front of the world. There's no such thing. All that you refer to as Orthodox and Sunnis are Christians. Okay.
Yeah, you said that before.
All Christianity is a white man's religion. Orthodox and Sunni Islam is a white man's religion. All Dietary and Scientology is a white man's religion. Okay, it's discrimination. It's discrimination. If you want to be if you want a white woman or a white man, you can be a Christian. They deal with white men with a black woman and a black woman with a white man. If you want to be a Sunni or Orthodox, you can have a black man, black Muslim with a white one, or a black woman with a white Muslim. Okay? Dynamics and Scientology, integration. You understand? This is not about no integration, it's about separation. You understand what I'm trying to say? Any religion on earth, outside the Nation of Islam or the 5%ers deal with integration. You understand? The only one that is about separation and carried into practice 1,000% is the Nation of Islam and the gods and earths. Okay? I want that plain. So all y'all out there that's running around here like you're a Sunni or you're Orthodox or you down on your hands and knees making salats and rakats and all that kind of stuff, nightgowns over pantyhose. Stop the foolishness. And another thing, and make a point. And the man you call Prophet Muhammad was a white man. He never taught black people. He taught white Arabs. Okay, we keep that in mind. Let's not get carried away here. And the man that all you preachers out there, you understand, who's running around here about Jesus and Jesus, that Jesus never taught black people. He taught Jews, white Jews. You were nowhere in the picture. So stop making a fool out your dumb self, because this is 2024. It's time for reality to take place, because all that foolishness is over. It failed. Your whole educational system failed. The Orthodox, the Sunni, the Bible, the Quran, the Hadith failed. You understand what I'm trying to say? And the only force in the world today is Islam, under the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, which you can call the supreme wisdom, okay, or 120 of the gods and earths.
Tell me about you meeting Allah.
Oh.
Your relationship with Allah.
Okay.
I know you told the story before, but I just wanted to go down the line and
Allah was in the FOI. We wrote the FOI together. We wrote our letter. I wrote my letter to Chicago. After my letter came back, earnest 5 eggs. Allah wrote his letter. His came back, claimed 13 eggs. But Allah, he was in a public speaking class. That's what public speaking class.
In New York?
Yeah, right at the temple number 7. On Tuesday was the public speaking class. Okay? Okay. And that's when you recite lessons and so forth. Now, and this is a fact. The only one that can, I'm gonna say, master those lessons, or got a better understanding of, the only one that knew them lessons, coming and going. Nobody can deal with the father but Malcolm. When it comes to the lessons, Frank was the man. Not even Farrakhan. Well, then Farrakhan didn't stay too long. After Malcolm, they had a position in Boston as a captain. So Malcolm, after he groomed Farrakhan, he sent him to Boston.
He said Farrakhan to Boston.
He sent Farrakhan to Boston. When all that, the foundation of the Nation of Islam was here in New York. When Farrakhan came to New York, everything was already laid out. He just walked in and started teaching. Well, he did a good job, but it was easy. He didn't do no work because of the fact that the lessons were out in the street. You understand? So the father, he was excellent. So when you say, if he felt comfortable with you, you understand, and you say, "Assalamu alaikum, brother," he would, peace, God. You know what I'm trying to say? It wasn't like he did openly, young Bob would say. But then it came a time where the lessons being slowed down, we're just getting question and answer. So if you got question and answer, getting it like that, so when he got the whole package, you understand? And then he was so good, had such a beautiful understanding of the teachings, he felt he was qualified to like bring on Malcolm X, because those who was bringing on Malcolm X, they were good too, but they weren't as sharp as he was. But by them already being there before he got there, you understand, they kept them up front. But so he said, well, can I have a opportunity to let's be like an assistant to like to warm up the audience before Malcolm comes.
So this is what Allah was saying.
Yeah, right. So, but it wasn't Malcolm, it was Captain Joseph.
Captain Joseph that wanted to stop him.
Captain Joseph he had a problem.
Saying he's a hater?
Yeah, well, he didn't like me at all. He'll respect you, but he don't like you. And I can't figure him. He's a control freak.
Okay.
You got a control freak, but he can't control you when you got the knowledge. See, when I came in, I already had understanding of the teachings before I even came in the temple. Because I was studying in prison. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I already had a knowledge of everything. But I didn't realize how heavy I was, because I thought you thought you had the officials and so forth. You take for granted the lieutenants think that they was on, that they was upstairs with the knowledge. But then come to find out in different altercations, but I'd be dropping on them. you're getting insubordinate. How am I getting insubordinate? This is knowledge, man. Black man is God. You know what I'm saying? We knew that the underheading was Muslims, followers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. True. But then some of us already was into the black man is God, teach the black man is God. And that's where the father was at. Right. Black man is God. You understand? So anyway, so he kept having different interaction with Captain Joseph. And sometimes
like disputes. You say interaction, you mean like disputes?
Yeah, because they'll say what they felt what the father wanted to teach. They can't teach it here because that's Muhammad's Temple of Islam and so forth and all that. But you're teaching the black man is God. Why can't? What's the problem?
Right.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So he got tired of being annoyed. So he said, well, he'll step out. He came out with the lessons. And then he started teaching the young brothers. He went to all the projects on the street, the projects, the parks, and so forth. Teaching. Now, you always got God major and God minor. God minor always got a problem with God major. And the reason why God minor have a problem with God major, because they're not on the level of understanding the reality of the teachings like God major. You understand? Now for brothers out there, and the message made it plain, leave the brother alone. So if the message is saying leave Brother Clarence alone, what's your problem? If he's out there circulating lessons, what's your problem? He's going where he's going, you ain't going there. You ain't got the heart, you ain't got the courage. All you want to do is come to the mall, come to at that time, the temple. But the knowledge is for everybody. So how's it going to get to the brother in the project? So the father was going to all the streets, all the parks, all the projects. Everywhere there was the youth, he was there teaching and giving out the lessons to the best of his ability, what he had. Okay? And God minor don't understand what the major gods, which is the 5 ascendants, went through. They didn't experience the young brothers when they're going out and told their mothers, I'm not eating pork, I don't eat no pork and all that, brother, put them out and all that kind of stuff. They never experienced street. Minor gods don't have no experience with street life. That's why some of them are spooky and can't come out that box. I call that box, the Quran is like a box. The Bible is a box. Hadith is a box. There's nothing wrong with reading the Quran or the Bible, whatever, but don't put your mind in the box that's all life is consist of, because you got to come out in the street amongst the people. And if you can't relate to the people or what you say you know or what you say you understand, but you can't relate to them, you understand, and bring them to the understanding where you're at, then your mind is in a box. Because it's friendships in all walks of life. The duty of a civilized is to do what? Teach the uncivilized. Well, how are you going to teach the uncivilized if your mind is in a box? You wait for some permission. You know you're qualified, but you got to wait for somebody to authorize you to do what you know you're supposed to do. Oh, I'm a captain, I'm a lieutenant. You're a captain and lieutenant, but you ain't been where I've been. So if you haven't been where I've been, that means you lack understanding. If you lack understanding, you're not even qualified to be in the position that you're in.
So he left the mosque.
And came out in the street.
And came out, so not too long after he left the mosque,
I left.
you left the mosque.
And Malcolm.
And Malcolm left.
Yeah. Because a wise man cannot function under a fool.
Oh. So you're saying Captain Joseph was this said person that you talking about? The fool.
Yeah, and the lieutenants. The officials.
The officials.
Sometimes a little title mess up your mind, make you stupid. A title can make you stupid because you depending on a title, but what good is the damn title if you don't know nothing? If you can't, you a captain, you a lieutenant, you a minister, you can't relate to me. So But you got a position. How you gonna do me? I'm in the world. Where I've been, you ain't been. What I've done, you haven't done. The sacrifices I've made, you ain't made. You saw me out there on 125th Street for 12 years. How many Muslims are out there with a table laid out with everything? 10, 12 hours a day on a Saturday and a Sunday. How many Muslims that you seen out there? You ain't seen nobody out there but me. But the mosque is just 4 blocks away. But nobody out there but me and Sarnetta. Sarnetta was up the street with the interviews. I'm down the street with the wisdom. And if you're going 125th Street right now, you won't see it. It's not like it was before. Because everybody came there. From that spot where I was on 125th, I'm supplying everybody because all the brothers from different locations, they come, I'm wholesaling the material to them. And they go to their locations and do their thing. I'm supplying everybody. I'm supplying 25 stores, plus all the brothers from Jersey, Philadelphia, close by to come in. I'm supplying them. And I was doing all that with the store on Utica Avenue.
Tell me about your relationship with Farrakhan. How did you meet Farrakhan?
Well, Mr. Farrakhan was, he wasn't there. He was in Boston, right? So when Farrakhan came back to...
this is in the 60s?
Yeah, in the 60s. When Farrakhan came to New York and after Malcolm's assassination, okay, that was 65.
Okay.
Farrakhan. But he wasn't the first one that came. He had other representatives. After the Malcolm's assassination, that's when the message sent Supreme Message Jeremiah Shabazz was in New York as a representative. James Shabazz from Jersey was a New York representative, and there was another one. It was like 3 of them. Anyway, it was other representatives after Malcolm, before Mr. Farrakhan. Okay, and then when well, each one, like Jeremiah didn't want to stay in New York. He had his program in Philadelphia. Mr. James didn't want to stay in New York, but he had his program in Jersey. You understand what I'm trying to say? So the message said, well, ask Captain Joseph, because Captain Joseph, the message was very close. He said, well, who you think, I could send down to be the representative in New York? So Joseph said, well, send me Louis. And it was Louis X at the time. Send me Louis. So then the message said, okay, so I'm going to send you Louis. So all Louis is to do is teach. You and Maceo run the temple. You all run the temple. Louis teach. Okay. Now I'll give credit. From 65 to 75, right? Farrakhan was smoking. But when Farrakhan came to New York, it wasn't a lot of work for him to do, because the lessons was all out in the street. You understand what I'm trying to say? 5% was all in the projects, all in the street, the rooftop, the projects, 42nd Street. They had New York locked down with lessons. What we call it 120 and called Supreme Wisdom, it's the same thing, locked down. I had the 2 stores. When I came out, I set up 2 stores. I said, what up on Utica Avenue? All them guards will tell you.
So what year did so you started the store in what year?
I started my store in the 60s.
In the 60s?
Yeah,
okay.
in the 60s.
So you said Farrakhan from 65 to 75 was smoking, right?
I had the stores while he was there. Okay? The one on Utica Avenue and the other one on 116th Street, right? My stores was laid out, brother, with the whole nation material of the Nation of Islam. I'm handling in my store. I'm supplying everybody. Even all the emblems, the MGT bar, the lapel pin of Esau emblem. I'm doing it, Masonic, Hebrew, everybody, okay? And supplying, distributing lessons. That 120, that whole book, I'm Xeroxing them up by the hundreds, by the thousands. Everybody that came to that store got lessons. Free. You got their lessons. On Utica Avenue and 116th Street. You got your lessons. You understand what I'm trying to say? Big time. Okay. And the 5% is not just me. With the 5%, I've been with the 5% over 50 years. Okay? That's how long we've been together. Okay? And not just me. Me and the 5% circulating lessons all over New York.
Right.
That's why New York is Mecca. You ain't got no area in the world like New York. And you ain't got no more wisdom nowhere else in the world like New York. And I tell them all the time, the gods, don't sleep on the gods on earth. They got more wisdom than your guys. I always tell them that. But anyway, yeah, so for them 10 years, Farrakhan smoked. Okay, gotta give him credit. Okay. Then when the messenger left, messenger passed away. Yeah, make that 75. The most honorable, make this plain to the world. I'm talking to Gods on Earth, Nation of Islam, CIA, Homeland Security, you name it, FBI's. I'm talking to the whole world. I'm gonna make it plain because it's a freedom of speech and truth got to be made known. And what I'm gonna say, if you can't prove it, then stop the foolishness. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad is not on no mother plane. He never was on a mother plane. And you can't communicate with him on no mother plane. And the proof of it is, no one can tell me the mother plane comes down every 6 months, twice a year. Now, all those who think or say he's on the mother plane, I want you to tell me, what month do the mother plane come down?
See, that's something I don't know. See,
I know. No, I'm talking. No. It comes down twice a month.
Twice a month?
Excuse me, twice a year.
Twice a year?
Every 6 months it comes down to refuel itself from the gravity in the atmosphere. Okay? Give me the month. Give me the week of the month. Give me the day of the week. Give me the time of the day, and then give me the location where it landed.
See, I don't know.
I know that. I'm talking to the audience. I'm talking to the world.
Right. No, I'm just adding on to you as far as like from what I heard, you know,
Brother, I got the whole history of the mother plane in book form right there in front of the world. On the world.
It's supposed to be Japan that it comes down to?
No, it was made in Japan.
It was made in Japan?
Yeah, it was made in Japan.
So it was made
in Japan.
Or it's not like it's like some
but great science. They went. The whole thing's in the book. They went on all about. That's a whole. The whole history is on. I taught the whole history on my on YouTube. Baba T. Berry Time 5. The whole history taught. So this fantasy, it's a fantasy. It's a dream. It's an illusion. Now you have the right to do that with yourself, but that don't make it an actual fact.
Right.
I think you and I did that before in one of your interviews.
Right. We
on that. You understand that? But he's not on the mother plane. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I just want to put that in there. Because too much confusion is taking place. And confusion is taking place because we're not staying focused on the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, word for word, right and exact. Don't add to it, don't take away from it, just like he said it, and he made it plain. Leave my teaching as is, don't change my teachings. Now, Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, is Mahdi. The only one Mahdi. Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, is the Son of Man. Only one Son of Man. Almighty God Allah, in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, is the Messiah. There's only one Messiah. Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, is the Christ, the crusher, that's going to crush this devil. Only one. Keep that like it is. Like the messenger said, leave my teachings as is, don't change my teachings. Because when you try to change the word of God, all you do is make a fool of yourself. Okay? No disrespect to nobody, but I'm only repeating what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, what he taught, that he received from Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Okay, next.
Well, let me ask you though, 'cause, we saw that the Nation of Islam split into many factions.
Okay.
How many factions are there?
Okay. That came place in 1975.
When Elijah returned to his essence.
When he returned. Wallace. Wallace was in the nation. The messenger put him out and left him out. So when Wallace crawled back on his hands and knees, like a beggar, okay, because he had nothing going for him, he was a bum, and begged the messenger to let him back in. The messenger didn't take him back in. The messenger said, it's not up to me. He never took him back. He said, up to my followers. It was the followers out of love and respect for the messenger, you understand, that accepted him back in.
After he returned to his essence?
After the messenger passed. Right. Because Wallace always had a mental problem. He always was a bum. He always was deaf. Everybody says he's wise. I don't say how you gonna say a fool is wise. Anytime you can't maintain yourself, ain't no way in hell you can be wise. You understand? The bum. He didn't even take care of himself, and he didn't take care of his family. Melchisedek took care of him and his family. Okay? And when it was time for him to go, years ago, when it was time for him to go to the service, after the messenger went to prison, I didn't get into when the messenger was running around the country for the 7 years. People say he was being chased or ran. No, the messenger, just like the father, the messenger was moving all around the country to preserve the wisdom for the people. Just like the father was moving all around New York, They were chasing him all around New York, wanted to do him harm because he's spreading lessons, because he's teaching black man's God. He said, well, he used to go gamble and this and that. At night, he couldn't go home to his family. Everybody trying to harm him. The only place that was open all night was the after-hour spot. So he would go down to our spot to rest, to sleep. You understand what I'm trying to say? He didn't have no money. So whatever money he had, he would use that to gamble, to make some money so he can eat. But people get so stupid and hung up with their own foolishness and ignorance that they don't face the reality of people's different situations. You know what I'm trying to say? Now you're right here in New York. You can't go see your family because everybody out there want to harm you. Brothers who say Assalamu alaikum want to harm you. The messenger says leave him alone, but the jackasses still want to harm him. You understand? Out of envy and jealousy, because you didn't have the courage to come and do what he did. And I give him credit. You say, well, he said he was God. Yes, he was God at that, because it took a God to come out there in the street at that time with the lessons from the temple, black man is God, and sharing amongst the young brothers. You had to be a God to do that. See, and all you big mouth Negroes who know so much and got so much to say, you didn't have the courage to do it. And some of your best Muslims today that's in the nation came out of the 5% nation. The best ones in the nation of Islam was 5%.
Right.
But you don't uphold that. You don't make that known. Out of petty envy, jealousy, and stupidity. Okay. Now, the father, he teaching, going down doing his thing. So then he had a little ride. Oh, then he hooked up with Mayor Lindsay. Mayor Lindsay asked him what you want. The father could have been a millionaire. They asked him what you want. No, he told him, all I want is a school for my babies.
Right.
He didn't say I want a Cadillac. He didn't say I want a co-op. I just want a school for my baby. Okay? So they granted him the school. How you act was supposed to be for training young brothers for jobs and things like that. And they had it set up that all you had to do come and sign in. Then every week you got like $30 or $35 or something like that for yourself. And then Universal Shamgar, He designed the flag. He designed about 3 flags, different ones, the 8-point flag and the 16-point flag. He brought the flags to the father. The father signs it up and everything. He said, well, he said, they're not ready for the 16-point flag, but I choose this one for my nation, 5%ers. He didn't say God's word, 5%ers. Okay? And that became the flag. So he took it to Mayor Lindsay. He told all the guards, bring your attribute, all the guards, whatever your attribute was. You come and give him your attribute and everything. He gave the list to Mayor Lindsay. Mayor Lindsay, he's the mayor. So Mayor Lindsay gave the list to Eagle. Eagle manufactured the flags. It don't cost Lindsay nothing. He's the mayor. So naturally he got the flags. They give him a bunch of flags. The father gave them out to the babies whose names on the flags. So that's where it comes from the guards, my flag free.
Right, so let me ask you, you said Eagle.
Eagle was the manufacturer of flags.
He's a manufacturer of flags.
Yeah, he produced the flags.
And that he got the contract through Mayor Lindsay. Mayor
Lindsay, yeah.
Right.
Mayor Lindsay made that connection, yeah. And then after Mayor Lindsay, after a while, then some of the guards were still getting from flag, kept it going and everything, but they had to make a contribution. You see what I'm trying to say? But that's where it came from. I don't have to pay for my flag. My flag is free. Your flag was free when Mayor Lindsay was getting them free. So naturally, father gave it to you free. You understand? So, right.
So, I wanted to build on, you became a jeweler.
Yes.
So build on you becoming a jeweler and manufacturing jewelry and the flags.
Okay, now Walter 5X, Mahmoud Ramza, Walter 5X, Bilal Shabbat, Mahmoud Ramza, he was the jeweler for the nation. He was doing all the jewelry before he was arrested and after he came out. He was going to hook me up with the jewelry. Okay, it was him. Okay, he was doing Islamic jewelry, Hebrew jewelry, everything. Red, black, and green. The red, black, and green. He made it large. He took it to the sky. The red, black, and green, and he taught me the jewelry, all about the jewelry, and connected me with all with the jewelry connections. Okay, so now I'm doing jewelry. I accepted that big store on Utica Avenue, huge, laid out, wall-to-wall carpet, 55-gallon Fisher-Graham stereo, color TV, office. Oh man, chandeliers in the window. I'm an extremist when it comes. Chandeliers with the window light. Oh man, and the guards was coming from all over, brother.
And so you started doing jewelry in the '60s. I
thought doing jewelry. Yeah.
What made you want to do jewelry? What was your interest in jewelry?
Huh?
What made you want to do jewelry?
No, because Walter.
Walter was the one that sparked.
Because he could have hooked me up with it. Because he had all the contacts.
Okay.
You see, he had all the contacts. He was on Delancey Street. All the coats, all the leather coats, the suits, the blinds, them blinds that there with $150 blinds and sweaters and all that. He connected with all that stuff. And so, and then what happened? Then the guards came down. I forgot who it was. Because all these guards that at that time, like Father Bashan, Reality, Kusar, Rajab, the minister, Rahim, all them guys, they know because they was all coming. Infinite Al-Jamal, him, Father Divine, oh man, all them guys was coming. So they said, Melchisedek, you doing everybody else's flag, emblem, why don't you do ours? So then Universal Shamgar came, okay, and he said, wow, brother, you're doing an excellent job here. He said, how would you like to do the flag? I said, the flag? He said, yeah.
So Shamgar came to you personally?
I know Universal Shamgar. Universal Shamgar, because from Fort Greene. I used to live, my children was raised in Fort Greene, so all the guards down there, they knew my children, right? And he gave me a flag. He said, can you do this? I said, well, I can try, I can see. So anyway, I did it. But it must have been about 5. Every time I did a load, they found fault with the flag. The moon is the tip, over the moon, the tip, the 7 too skinny, or the 7 too fat, or whatever. I went through all that.
You went through all that with the guards. Was it the guards or was it Shamgar himself that was saying that?
No, not Shamgar, the guards.
The guards.
The guards. You know, the different names, they come from different directions. Right. They always find fault with the flag. But when I gave them, when I said, okay, God, take a flag, it was okay once you gave it to him. But anyway, so finally, I kept doing it. I must have been about 5 different pattern molds. And then the last one, I did one patch, was good. You know, it was a Kusa, I know, I think Wise Allah from Bed-Stuy, they came down. They said, well, you gotta make a contribution, you gotta use the flag, I gave Kusa 500 flags.
You just gave it to him?
Yeah. I said, I'm making a contribution, 500. And he circulated them. He spread it, and I put the word out. Kusa, I got 500 flags. So all them guards flocked to Kusa, so he had to do the right thing by them, right? And then I started making the flags. There wasn't more problem. Then I had to come to the parliament and teach on economics. I'm trying to show them, I said, listen, the flag's only going for $3. I said, the $3, understand the dollars. So I said, all you guys come together and make a contribution of the $3, put it together, and then whatever economical program you want to do, you have money to get it. But my worst enemy was Kaleem, because he was like in the charge of the school at that time. And he would say, man, when you outflag this and that and the other, you ain't us and all that. He put me through a thing.
Yeah, see, that's what I want to ask you, because there's word that said that you were selling fake flags.
Yeah, they used it as an excuse because they wanted it for nothing. But like I told them, you can't, I don't care where you go to have your flag manufactured, you got to make a contribution. And then the reason why they broke the relationship with Eagle, because they got some, I don't know what guards, but some guards got flags from Eagle and on consignment, and they never paid them the balance. You know what I'm trying to say? But I didn't get into all that. You follow what I'm saying? I was in position to do the flag, and all the guards, see, you got guards that was on me. Mel said, we need our flag. We want our flag. So I was working with those guards. He had some guards that wanted control or want to find fault to keep the flags from being done. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that one, see, so I just kept on doing it. I said, because I understood. The flag attracts the babies to the 120. So the baby come to 120, so if he don't have the understanding of the flag, then teach him. That's what the father said, teach the babies. Teach the baby. But you have different understanding, different levels of understanding. See, I'm a businessman. They don't understand. I'm a businessman. Whatever you come to me that you want done and I can do it, I'm going to do it, but it's a service charge. You understand what I'm trying to say? See, I always been economics. See, and that's one thing that they understand now, but one thing they at that time, they felt that what you do, you're supposed to give it to them free. But a lot of babies came to me, it was $3. You came with 50 cents, some come 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. I never turned the baby around. I give them the flag. It's at one time the portrait of the father, only high echelons or certain guards had portraits of the father. The guards bought me the portrait, I made the portrait, I put it out there. Everybody said, well,
see, that's where the discrepancy would come in, because certain people who took the picture say that that's my picture, and you shouldn't be selling my picture because I own that picture.
But okay, it's your picture. Why aren't you making it available for everybody?
That's what I'm saying. So that's what the discrepancy.
Yeah, but only you supposed to have the picture. But what about all the other babies out here? Babies come to me and say, no, here's baby, 15, 16, we talking about 15, 16, 17 years old. Melchisedek, I got stacks of pictures. Listen to it. Can I have a picture of my father? What am I supposed to say, no?
Well, I mean,
I'm just trying to show you what I was dealing with.
So it's more like, I guess some people might look at it as an intellectual property or their personal property, and then that got out, and they're like, you're selling this picture.
But what they don't understand, the portrait of the Father don't belong to one person. The flag don't belong to one person. It belongs to the lost foundation of Islam in America, which is everybody. The Word of God is for everybody, not just certain people.
Not everybody for the Word of God.
Because they don't understand that. Some, not all. Some don't understand that.
Right.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
No, it's just you know.
It's like women. I had a problem with the sun, moon, and star, with the nation, with the lapel pin and MGT bar. But I had to let them know. It belongs to MGT and FOI. You understand what I'm trying to say? Nobody, one thing you got to understand, the teachings of the Nation of Islam and the teachings of the gods on earth don't belong to one person. It belongs to all black, the Lord's foundation of Islam in America.
You see, some people have like different
I agree with you.
Different understandings of that.
I agree with you, but because they're not dealing with the reality. Supreme lessons from Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, he gave to his servant, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, for the lost foundation of Islam in America.
As I'm listening to you, and I'm listening to you, Bill, you're speaking the language of economics, right? And not everybody speaks that language of economics.
No, I understand, but this is not about economics. This is about the Word of God.
No, I know that. No, but I'm just talking about like in terms of like you manufacturing the flag, manufacturing the image of Allah,
right.
All these different things that people might deem as solely to the 5% nation, and and then you also as a merchant you're selling it, you're capitalizing, you're capitalizing. Like you said, there's a cost to it, right? There's a cost to making it.
Oh, definitely.
Right. So
definitely.
Now there's another understanding of like, well, we don't sell this, or we don't do it like this.
Yeah.
Right? Like you might be selling the lessons this way, but the way that I may give it up, or the way that I was walking through it, is that you're gonna walk with me. And I give it to you that way, as opposed to me buying it from someone.
Okay. Do you have time? Here's 100 people coming to you.
Right. But you're a businessman. Right. You're a businessman. I'm just.
I said you.
And just for the sake of the audience, is to know that you're a businessman first, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Economics.
Economics. You're about economics.
But I want it available for everybody.
Right.
Because see what you have to understand, you cannot keep wisdom alive unless you keep it amongst the people. Because the people, the knowledge and wisdom understanding, when it's available for the people, it always produces gods. You see, look at that. Look at that. That's for the people. Well, how they gonna know about it if you don't make it available for them? Now, look at the gods today. The gods today is economics. When you're going to show and prove, you see they got everything.
No, and there's a lot of, there are those who frown upon that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's actually like, there's a brother who came to the show and proved, two brothers that I know, good brothers, you know what I'm saying, that came to the show and proved, and saw somebody charging $5 for some water. They decided every year they're going to give it out for free. And every year, so they come out their pockets, and they do it themselves.
Right, gotcha.
That's their service to
that's their contribution.
Their contribution.
Right.
Because they don't say, you're not going to just bless up off the nation, because you're going to come, somebody wants to sell $5.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. So sometimes the economics and the idea of commerce and the merchants idea, it's a little out of hand sometimes.
Right.
It's a little too extreme.
Right.
So that's what it comes down to, like, that's what the discrepancy is, because not everybody speaks that language that you're talking about.
Right. Now, look at the guards today. They're doing an excellent job. They got the flag all over the place. Caps, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, even the warm-up suits. Excellent, professional, okay? Now, every time you see a guard with that on, all over the place, That's attracting the 85 to the knowledge, to the wisdom. You understand? Because now have the understanding now of economics. When you want to build something, do something constructive, you understand what I'm trying to say? You have to have what you call a fundraiser.
You need funds. No.
Reality.
Economics is very, very key to building a nation. It's just that how it's done is that, and that's how, our brothers are working that out.
And you know how it's done? Promote your nation. Promote your nation. Look at the messenger. For America, I'll say that's right. Come on. Message of the black man, supreme wisdom, lessons, all the books, publications, all those are used as a fundraiser to do what? Build an economical program for everybody. Look at the bean pie. You know what you mean, the bean pie?
Yeah, I know bean pie.
You know what money all over the country?
The Navy bean itself.
Yeah.
The Navy bean itself.
Okay. When you want a bean pie, do you pay a service charge or you get it free? See the reality?
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, I'm speaking about the language that people, like I said, you're speaking the language of economics.
Okay.
But not everybody speaks that language.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Okay, take the FOI uniform. FOI uniform, I think I paid about $400, $500. FOI uniform. You understand what I'm trying to say? Everything is economics. The world is economics. You want a car, right? An automobile? When you go down to the car dealer, you gonna pay for the car with bean pies? Or cash money?
Cash money.
You wanna go on the plane, you're gonna fly, you wanna go to California, you gotta catch a flight, right?
See, that's it. When I build with you, I always hear you talk about like set yourself in heaven. Right? That's from the lessons, right? That's not from the problem book, right?
Yes, say it again.
Set yourself up in heaven.
Put yourself in heaven at once.
Put yourself in heaven at once. Right?
Now, what is heaven? Break it down.
The mindset. That's why I see it. The mindset. Heaven is the mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The mindset. What's the reality of that mindset? The best of food, the best of clothing, the best of shelter, the best of transportation, and take a vacation. That's heaven. I'm gonna go over it for you, and I want everybody to hear what heaven is. The best of food, the best of clothing, the best of shelter, the best of transportation, and take a vacation. And you can't do neither one if you ain't got no money. Put yourself in heaven at once.
Put yourself in heaven at once. And you're an example of that, because listen, you 88 years old and you stay fly.
Yeah.
You stay fashionable. You keep yourself together. Your health is good. Right? 88 years old, you're gonna be 89, right?
November the 20th.
November 20th.
89. God built.
They said you have no problem, no issues.
No medical problems and no medication.
Right. So,
and I can run faster than you. Now, check this out. Because I stay with the foundation. I stay with the pillars, the principles, the policy. What's the pillars? What's the foundation? What's the policy? I stay focused on the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Word for word, right and exact. I don't add to it. I don't take away from it, just like he said it. I don't do what I want to do. I do what's best for me to do. And everybody know it. Peace. You understand? You understand? And like the messenger said, the foundation, accept your own and be yourself. Right. Now, after you accept your own and be yourself, guess what? Then you go for yourself and do for yourself and put yourself in heaven at once, which I just named. And then you go into stay focused, forward ever, backward never. Don't stop until you're on top. When you get on top, keep it moving. Always do your best, and Allah will do the rest.
hold on.
Peace to the gods.
Now, I got a
Go ahead. I'm out
You know what I'm
time.
saying?
I'm retired, brother. I'm playing time. You might have to do a part 2.
Absolutely.
Because you can't get it all in one
I
day.
can't get it all in one day, you know. But let me ask you, have you heard about this thing about the flag being trademarked? Was the Nation of Islam's flag ever trademarked?
No. You know why? You can't trademark the universe. How you going to trademark the universe? I was doing Masonic jewelry. I never had Mason come about trademark. How you going to come with trademark? You going to take me to court? The judge is a Shriner. The district attorney is a Shriner. The lawyer is a Shriners. Now, how you going to trademark the sun, moon, and star? Check this out. The sun, 360 degrees, right? Within the circle, the circle of knowledge and understanding is 360 degrees. Inside the circle, you got the square. Each corner of the square is 90 degrees. 4 times 90 is 360. Inside the square, you got the 5-point star. Each point is 72 degrees. 5 times 72 is 360. Okay? Then you got 5 stages of the mind. You got the conscious mind. You got the conscious mind, the subconscious, the superconscious, magnetic, and infinity. Okay? Then the 72, right? Is the 72 thorns that Jesus had on his head. That crown of thorns is 72. I'm just trying to show you how everything stays with the mathematics. 72 thorns on his crown of his head. That's why the black original man, when he's angry, he gets a frown in the back of his head. That's the weight. And the 72 represent 72 times they changed the Bible to destroy the black man's mind. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, you want to take me to court for the universal flag? Remember when Sankofa came out? The movie Sankofa. The brother Jim and whatever his name is in Washington, they put that together, right? They were charging $45. One of the guards in Washington, one of the brothers, he shot me one of the masters. I don't know how he got it, but I got one. I reproduced Sankofa, brother, by the thousands all over. The movie. By the thousands all over. Guess what I did? I cut that $45 out and I dropped it to $20.
They would call that bootlegging though.
Yeah, okay, let me tell you. They called me. The lawyers called me.
Bootlegging.
Yeah, they call it bootlegging. How's it gonna be bootlegging? My history. How you gonna bootleg? How you gonna bootleg black man's history? Every black man got a right to his history. Now, the lawyers called me from Washington. Devils. They said, Melchisedek, you Melchisedek Allah? I am. They said, you the one that's manufacturing the Sankofa? Yes, I am. Well, who give you the right to it? I don't need no rights. It's my history. I'm talking to the lawyer. They said, well, we're going to a lawsuit. I said, well, go right ahead. I'm waiting for it. Okay? I said, let me tell you something, Yaku. I didn't say Deb, I said Yaku. I said, let me tell you, Mr. Yaku. Sankofa is a history of me. And all my people have a right to receive it. Now, my problem with your Mr. Yaku, you charge $45 for my history. I said, that's why I took control of it. And I dropped the price to $20, affordable for the people. Okay? And there's nothing you can do about it because it's my history. And you did not get my approval to reproduce it in the first place. So now you I want you to get your best, I'm talking to the devil. Now, Mr. Yaku, get your best lawyers and bring me to court. And I'm going to give you a little heads up. The judge is a Shriner. The district attorney is a Shriner. Even the lawyers that going to come with you is Shriners. And when I let them know that all you Shriners is the son of Allah, who is Melchisedek Supreme Shabazz Allah. I will sue you. This is word. I never heard no more from the lawyers. And that brother, I sold them. Man, I can't even tell you. I was supplying 25 stores all on the street, everybody wholesaling this way. I mean, I got paid. Okay, I got paid. Even with the nature of Islam, now one thing I'm gonna give Minister Farrakhan, I gotta give Minister Farrakhan respect on this. I was having Minister Farrakhan, pushing Minister Farrakhan's lectures, brother, for over 20 years. Big time. Only one that could surpass me with distributing Mr. Farrakhan's lectures was Chicago. Outside Chicago, couldn't nobody top me in supplying the country with his lectures. Mr. Farrakhan never said a word. I took the Final Call building they had in Chicago. I brought the Final Call building to 125th Street, named it the Final Call building, and on weekends, everybody will tell you I had thousands. Mr. Farrakhan, Nuri, lined up thousands. They come from all over. I got paid. Mr. Farrakhan's name alone is worth $1 million. I'll make it known right now. I got a storage right now loaded with Mr. Farrakhan's because I know it's going to be in great demand. And Nuri's bad now. You ain't got nobody out there.
No. He's underneath Farrakhan, yeah, right.
You ain't got a minister out there that, outside of Minister Farrakhan. You ain't got another minister out there that can top Nuri. I got over 350 different lectures of Nuri, all Nuri stuff. Nuri's bad. You ain't got another minister besides Minister Farrakhan that can top Nuri right now.
So you think that Nuri will be the one to replace Farrakhan when Farrakhan?
In my opinion, if they want to take it to the next level, then Nuri better be the representative.
A representative. Okay.
The spokesman. They got to have a spokesman.
Right. But let me ask you, you're not really a part of that version of the Nation of Islam.
No, I'm independent.
Independent.
I'm with the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Minister Farrakhan is my brother. He's not my leader.
Okay, peace.
Okay, he's my brother. He's not my leader. A brother with respect. Okay? Some things I agree with, some things I don't. But all of his goodness, I have to respect that because it was good for the people. That's why I held it. See, what's good for the people, I held it. You understand what I'm trying to say? Just like the flag. I know it's for the babies. I held it. I know it's good for them. They want it. Nobody was doing it. It was cut off. So why should I let thousands be left out if I'm in a position to do it?
Right. So what do you think about the direction that Mr. Farrakhan has taken the Nation of Islam since '75?
Mr. Farrakhan he reached his peak. Can't go no further. Okay? Christianity, integration. Orthodox Sunni Islam, integration. Dietary Scientology, integration. A black man can have a white woman, a black woman can have a white man. Christianity. Sunni, black man can have a white woman, black woman can have a white man. Orthodox Dietary Scientology, black man can have a white woman, black woman can have a white man. It's not about integration, it's about separation. And the Messenger made it plain on Netflix. I don't know if you saw Netflix, the relationship between Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. You saw that. I'm on that. The Messenger made it plain. Separation or death. You can do business, but that marriage thing is out. You don't know where integration started? 5,400 years ago. 5,400 years ago, after Yaakub's devil was was finished, created. That's 600 years. After that 600 years, you come up to 5,400. They came back into the Holy Land. Okay?
That's when we started intermingling.
That's when they started lying, fighting, and so forth, killing each other, right?
So like a Mediterranean mix.
Yes. Then the tribe of Shabazz. Shabazz said, wow, what's going on here? They said, since these here, unlike these Caucasians came in, it's not saying the white man, they're Caucasians. As the Caucasians came into the Holy Land, that's when the fighting, lying and fighting and all that, because they was taught how to lie, tell you a lie, tell me a lie, turn you against me, me against you, divide and conquer.
That's the fourth degree to 114.
Go ahead. So Shabazz rounded them all up, all that he could find.
Some will kept.
You with me? Okay. Now check it out. Black men was hiding white women. Black women was hiding white men. So eventually they start multiplying because they was given 6,000 years to rule. So the 6,000 years wasn't up yet. So then after Shabazz walked them across the Arabian Desert into the caves of Europe. Right? But the 6,000 years wasn't up yet, so they still had time to rule. So they lost 2,000 years in the cave, and then Musa came civilized them.
How to respect the way God built home himself.
Right.
Some of the God checking out. Just tell lies still learn how to master the original man.
Excellent.
Right.
Now, that mentality of the black man hiding white women and the black woman hiding white man, that mentality coming on down the line, 5,400 years to 2024, now you got the same mentality of a black man then marrying a white woman and the black woman then marrying a white man, but that mentality started 5,400 years ago. So when you see a black man with a white woman, that's that mentality. When you see a black woman with a white man, that's mentality that was established 5,400 years ago. Okay? Okay, now, the homosexual thing. Or that freakism that took place in the caves of Europe. So when the black man connect with the white woman, she introduced him to all that freakism. And when the black woman hook up with the white man, he introduced her to that freakism. So now you got homos. Big thing today. Okay? And then a homo make it legal for gay rights and same-sex marriage, and nobody would sign a bill for gay rights, same-sex marriage, unless they are homo. Okay? Now it's big all over. Okay? Now what happens? Allah got to come in with rain, hail, snow, earthquake, heart failure. He killed them. Drugs is a destruction. Alcohol is a destruction. Marijuana is a destruction. Well, I smoke a little marijuana destroys your eye vision, it destroys your mind, your eye vision, your lungs, your heart, and your immune system. So by being God and you understand that science, what do? In order to survive. Even though you're in the world, you're not of it. Because that knowledge, wisdom, understanding is above it. So you can walk through hell untouchable without spot or blemish. Because why? Because you're staying focused on the word of God, which is knowledge, supreme knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Put you on that level, even though you're in it. You're not of it because your mind is above it.
Melchisedek, man. Yo, it's always a pleasure building with you, man. I appreciate you, man. Listen, man, we gotta do it again, but I got a lot of respect for you. I appreciate you taking the time to sit down and build with me. Is there anything that you want to, leave with the Nation of Islam as well as the 5%?
But the Nation of Islam, brother.
5% too.
Let me say, the Nation of Islam has the universal divine supreme wisdom. The gods in earth has the divine, universal divine supreme wisdom. You have it. Nation of Islam have it. See, I'm in the middle. If you notice. I'm over here and I'm over here.
No, and that's why I build you, because listen, you have all this history. You're 88 years old, going on 89, and you have all this history.
I lived this.
You have walked with my father.
Yes.
So I want to know your history with him. I want to know your history throughout all the years, and I appreciate you sharing this with me.
Let me tell you the love that your father had for you and the babies. He knew what he was doing. He put his life on the line to preserve knowledge, wisdom, understanding under the heading of 120 for you. Who else did that? Nobody. You see my lectures? How many times you hear me speak high of the Father? I understood what he did. That's why I kept it going. I make it known to the world. I love Clamorous 13X, known as the father of the God nation. I understood Clamorous 13X of the father of the gods and earth nation. I loved him, I understood him, and I respected him, and that's why I kept it going after him.
Okay, well, I just want to share with you, because, for this audience, we refer to him as Allah.
The Father, yeah, the Lord.
Because he chose that name, so that name, Clamorous 13X, he left it in the mosque.
Brother, I understand that. I'm only explaining the relationship.
Sure, I understand.
He is Allah. And guess what? And when the babies came to him and said, Allah, you know what he said? You are Allah. Did you know that?
I did.
Huh?
I did know that.
And guess what? As long as you carry to practice the words of Allah, word for word, right and exact, don't add to it, don't take away from it, just like he said it, you are Allah. Now, how you like that? How you like it now? You understand? We have to understand, brother, it's not what we want to do, it's what's best for us. You see me all in the parliaments, everywhere. You don't see me trying to teach God. I see, hey, infinite peace, God, how you doing? How's everything? God can't teach God, because all the universal knowledge and wisdom, understanding is already in God. Now, if you want that knowledge and wisdom, understanding to come to the surface, study 120 or study them lessons. I don't care which one you study, it's going to come to the surface.
That's interesting. I hear that, you can't teach God, but I'm with the words of my brother, everything I learned came from God. So
thank you.
So please.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you. What got you here? God.
Sure did.
You go. What motivates you to go all over the country? I see you go all over the country interviewing God. I watch all your stuff. Mm-hmm. But where you get that inspiration and motivation and determination from? It comes from the Word of God, brother. Can nothing motivate God but God? And when you say God, when you say Allah, you know what you're saying? Universal. Listen to me. Universal, supreme knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Then you got to go to the 9 principles. Sun, moon, star, freedom, knowledge, the foundation. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Then comes the sun, moon, and star. Then come the freedom, justice, and equality. And then come food, clothing, and shelter.
12 jewels.
12 jewels. Mm-hmm. 12 jewels. You say the same thing. written it down. That's all. Yeah, okay, 12 Jews. But you list them. Now with understanding, freedom, justice, and equality. Okay? Oh, food, clothing, and shelter.
Love, peace, and happiness.
Love, peace, and happiness. What's that? Heaven, while you live, and you don't have to die. God don't die.
Peace.
The goodness of God is forever. No, it keeps you forever. The works of God, the knowledge and wisdom of God, word for word, right next to that, don't add to it, don't take away from it, just like he said it, is forever. This ain't nothing. What's in it is the God. And what's in it can return to the depths, the center of the universe, which is the depths of total triple darkness. And the depths of total triple darkness is the source of all life creation.
Last time we built, we talked about the black seed and the brown seed and the yellow seed of the Nation of Islam. And you mentioned how the Nation of Islam is pushing the yellow seed more, right? Can you elaborate on that?
They were talking about the star. You ever hear people talk about the red star, the blue star, but they was about the yellow star. Okay, the red star they said was Malcolm. The blue star was Wallace. But the red and the blue, but there's another star. It's now we understand. So it's three. The blue, the red and the blue produce a yellow. Now, what did the red do? Change things. What about change? Add on or take away. Right? That was Malcolm. Because Malcolm was all right. But then after 12 years, he wanted to go Sunni.
Because he was dissatisfied.
Dissatisfied. You got dissatisfied.
We built on that before about, something with that woman and all that stuff. And
you got the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We went through that, yeah.
Yeah. How you gonna get upset over a woman and you married? But you knew her before you met her. So why are you married?
But he knew Sister Evelyn?
Before Betty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But he chose to marry Betty. Nothing wrong with that. Right. He chose to marry Betty. But if you loved her, why didn't you marry her? No, you chose to marry Betty. So now you saying you got upset because you're saying that she became one of the messenger's wives? She was one of the messenger's secretaries. Right. Messenger ain't never said she was a wife. I ain't never heard the messenger say anybody was his wife other than Cloud Muhammad. Okay? And all these children, all that. Everybody talk about children. All you gotta do is get a DNA test.
You saying that those were his children? Is that what you're saying?
To my opinion, if you have my record, one wife, Cloud Muhammad, 8 children. 6 boys, 2 girls.
Okay, so those other.
It ain't actual fact.
It's not, I see.
It's hearsay.
It's hearsay. Okay. I don't know. I mean.
Wait. My point is, all you gotta do is get a DNA.
Right.
If I say, this is my father, I would get DNA.
Yeah.
But my point is, you never hear the messenger say these things. These are other people running their mouth. And he got wives. Where? Well, if you got wives, how come they're not living in his house? If you marry until you pass away, don't your wife have the right to live in your house?
So they wasn't his wives per se. They were,
What?
They were the women who carried his children. And that's hearsay. They said hearsay. I don't know for sure, like you said.
But my point is, nobody comes up with actual facts. Where are the wives? How come they don't come on their own?
Actually, no. Actually, I saw a video where Farrakhan was talking about Malcolm, about how Malcolm was upset with Elijah and his wife, and he brought the wives out on stage, and they all spoke highly of Elijah Muhammad.
But that was he had no right to. Now he can do what he wanted to do, but that wasn't the right thing to do. But it ain't none of his business.
But isn't he married to one of his children?
Who? No, I think the daughters, two of his daughters are. Let me tell you something.
Two of his daughters are.
Now listen, let me make it plain, because everybody got that spookism out there. When it comes to a man's, I said this on internet, and even in lectures, I think even with you. When it comes to a man's personal life, it's nobody's business. And everybody should mind their business, keep their mouth shut when it comes to a man's personal life. Your personal life has nothing to do with your mission. I got a mission. So I say, oh, Melchisedek, hey, this is a package for Infinite. Go across the street and give us the Infinite. Go across the street and give it. That's my mission. I come back across the street. I didn't do what the hell I want to do. My personal life ain't nobody's business. When it comes to a man's personal life, keep your mouth shut, mind your business, and focus on your own low-life, corrupted activities. Come on. What I look like? What I look like as you get into your personal life? Infinite. How many women? How many herbs you got? That ain't none of my business. You say, Melchisedek, let's do an interview. Fine. Now I'm gonna come down here and say, oh, hey, how you doing? How's your wives? You got the right to tell me none of your goddamn business. Am I right or wrong?
That's right.
You see, we get caught in other people. You know what the problem is? Negroes don't mind their business. They're too goddamn, excuse my British, they're too damn nosy. They always wonder what somebody else is doing. Focus on your own thing. What it says, be yourself. I can't be Infinite. You can't be Melchisedek. But we have a love and respect for each other because I accept you as you and you accept me as me. Love for your brother, but your love for yourself. But the problem is Negroes don't know how to mind their business. We ain't the same. You on the third level, he over on the third level, I'm on the seventh. How in the hell you going to? You got minor lack understanding, easy to lead in the wrong direction, hard to lead in the right direction. That's 85. So how can 85 compete with a 5? You all out in the street. You come in contact with brothers all over the place. Sometimes you have to come down on your level just to respect them before you go back up to yours. I come with that all the time. Well, they say, well, no, Jake, I don't see it like you see it. Of course you don't see it like you see it because you ain't where I'm at. Let me tell you. All I would like to say to everybody, supreme knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Universal. Supreme knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Don't no one individual owns that. That comes from the universal, most high God, Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farrakhan Muhammad. You say, why you say Master W.D. Farrakhan Muhammad? Because there was no universal knowledge in America until he brought it. And you cannot share wisdom with God or teach God without being God yourself. And nobody up to this day can answer the 34 problems in the problem book. Now, anybody out there who think they this and they that, running their damn mouth, trying to be important, I would appreciate it very much if you would answer the 34 problems in the problem book.
Yeah, the law said that he don't have no problem, so he didn't give us that one, but you gave that to me, so
I know. Who was that? Was the Prince of Law? Who said, I don't have no, somebody said about the problem book, he said, I don't have no problem.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to have a problem, but you still want to know what it's about.
No, you gave me that the whole Supreme Wisdom book. You know, I found that to be, you know, useful. There was a lesson in there, the birthright.
Good.
And I appreciated the birthright. I like the birthright. You know?
I put that birthright on my website. It's been my website for 24 years. Now, they say, well, no, to make sure that those lessons will be available for the babies, I put all them lessons on my website 24 years ago. My website been out there for 24 years with all those lessons. And that one, the civilized 9120 degree, is there too. The history of Jesus is there too. Oh, let me get into this Mary thing. You got time?
Yeah.
The mother of Jesus.
Yeah.
This is heavy. The mother of Jesus, she was a virgin before she slept with Joseph. After she slept with Joseph, she's not no virgin. According to, I'm going to put it this way, she allowed herself to become a hoe. Because Joseph and Mary was childhood sweethearts. But Joseph and Mary, her father, would not allow Joseph and her to get married because of the fact Joseph was a poor man and her father was a rich man, and she didn't want his daughter marrying a poor man. You got that today. Sometimes you have light parents don't want their daughter to marry a black man, or light parents don't want their son to marry a black woman. You got that same foolishness going today, not understanding that the 16 shades of black, 4 shades of black, 4 shades of brown, 4 shades of red, 4 shades of yellow. It's 16 shades of black. But by ignorant and dealing with stupidity, they don't know how to accept the reality of the fact that the whole 16 shades are original black people. Okay.
We was taught to unite the seeds.
Huh?
We was taught to unite the seeds,
yes.
Not separate them.
There you go. Now, so one weekend, her father was going to go on a business trip. Dust storm came up. You want to tell me that's the first best. They always got dust storms over there in the east. Dust storm came up. The dust storm came up, and she became frightened because her father was away on a business trip and all that. So she got frightened. So she called Joseph. Now, how you gonna call Joseph if you don't know where he's at? And who said that was the first time she called Joseph? See, we got to get into the science of all these things. So she know Joseph got a wife. So Joseph, being that they couldn't get married, he married another woman, and they had 6 children. That's on my website for 24 years, and I pay for it every month. I've been paying for that website for 24 years. To keep that knowledge, the 120 and everything, the 120 available for the young generation in case the hypocrites and the bloodsuckers will try to erase it or eliminate it. Like the next time we're going to get into the Wallace thing, how he had all them putting the lessons in the garbage can, FYU. Oh, that's the history too. Okay, one more point. I'm going to finish up there. So, she knew Joseph had a wife and 6 children. She called him. How you going to call him if you don't know where he's at? So Joseph left his wife and 6 children and came to her, and in that being together with her, that she got pregnant with Jesus. Now the reason Jesus was born in Bethlehem, in a haystall, because the Jews had found out that she was pregnant, they would have stoned her. And the reason why Joseph had to get her out of there in the midnight hour, because they had found out that she had the baby and everything. They would have killed Joseph, her and the baby. Okay, so I'm letting it go right there. But Mary was a virgin until she slept with Joseph. And after she slept with Joseph, who was a married man,
right.
that's what put her under heaven as a hoe. Assalam, it's a pleasure. Infinite, Allah School in Mecca. I love you, I respect you, I appreciate you, brother. And we'll do a part 2, look for a part 2, because I ain't finished with you yet.
We got to do it again. Come right back here.
Huh?
We come right back here.
Yeah, we come right back here. Oh, it's just fine. Oh, you gotta advertise this. Yeah, you gotta advertise this.
Yeah, I'm gonna show. You know, I'm being
Let me know where we at.
Grand Army Plaza.
Grand Army Plaza, second floor.
Yeah.
Room numbers will be different rooms.
Will be different room. Yeah.
Yeah, we get a room. But it's on. He's available. So all those who are McKnowledge born, right and exact, no foolishness, don't come up with stupid. Come with what's beneficial and educational for the people. He's available.
Peace. Appreciate you. In 1975,
1975,
returned to his essence.
He left.
And Wallace's son threw the lessons.
Wallace came in and had them discard the lessons.
Right.
And they took off their lessons, the uniforms, they put everything in the garbage can. And that's what saved the lessons. With the 5 cents had the lessons, we had them circulating all in the street.
Right. So you say the 5% is the one who say you know.
Oh yeah, me, myself with the 5%. Yeah. Cause I was circulating, that's all over New York. Mm-hmm. Okay, it had the 2 locations.
The 5% didn't fall victim to.
No. The 5%. Oh, in fact, you go on my website on the internet. Mr. Farrakhan is doing did a big interview speaking on that. Why the nation fell. Mm-hmm. Why the nation of Islam fell. It's on my Facebook. Why the Nation Fell by Mr. Farrakhan, 1981 he did that one. And he said the 5%ers never went with Wallace because they was deep rooted in the lessons.
He said this?
Yes.
Wow.
It's on there. It's the actual fact. Okay. And that's why it was easy when he left Wallace, when he got tired of Wallace abusing him, he left and came back. He came back with lessons. He didn't come back with no Quran. He came out with the lessons.
But he got the lessons from the 5%. It was said that he got from the 5%.
Because Wallace destroyed everything he had. Wallace destroyed everything. Wallace did the job. Now the reason why Wallace was able to do that, because all those that went with Wallace became a hypocrite, okay? And it was too weak to challenge Wallace. The only one that didn't go with Wallace was the street. You understand? The hardcore, the major guards, and the 5%ers, because we were deep into the lessons. And I'll say to you all right now, because another explosion is coming, so you better get back into them lessons, else you'll fall victim like you did before. Melchisedek Supreme Shabazz Allah, the high priest of the Nation of Islam on earth and in the universe. Thank you, Infinite Allah School in Mecca. Peace.
You must do your own research, as I did.
INFMEGA did this.